Hey, it's Steve with Ad Machines, and this is Lead Generation Nation. Today, we're going to be talking about the remarketing campaign to help you get your cool back. We're going to promote your AC replacement campaign using remarketing. Remarketing, by definition, is the method in which somebody clicks on your ad, lands on a landing page, and you are persistently staying in front of them, increasing top of mind awareness. They're already in a buying cycle, or they expressed an interest, and now it's your job to stay in front of them as a silent salesperson. That's exactly what remarketing does for you. It will help you extend the life of your advertising. It's also a great tool to help you extend the life of your offline advertising. So, let's say you make investments in direct mail or newspaper ads, TV, radio. Most people are going to call you, pick up the phone and dial the phone number that's on the piece. But there is a certain percentage of people that like to go online. So, it might make a good idea to put a vanity URL on your piece and drive that traffic to a specific landing page, or to a page on your website. So it's always a good idea to use remarketing in that sense to help you extend the life of that offline investment. And when you do that, that message will follow them for as long as you'd like the message to be in front of that audience. I always like to run my AC replacement remarketing campaign for the length of the season. So for a good 6 months is a good time frame for remarketing to AC replacement prospects. And what you're doing with remarketing is you're actually creating a list of unidentified people, of IP addresses that have hit your website or landing pages. It reminds people to come back. It's a boomerang. So you're reminding them to come back and take action to take the next step in the sales funnel. You can use remarketing to help you address sales objections. That's a great way to leverage the tool. So, if for some reason somebody didn't take action because of time or money, you can potentially put an ad out there that offers financing as an idea. So you can strategically use remarketing to address sales objections. Remarketing will definitely help you reduce your overall lead costs. And what it does is it protects your clicks. So, you spend all this money every month on, pay-per-click advertising, for example. You already paid for the click. You don't want to pay for it again. So, why not hedge your bet and implement a remarketing campaign? Let's say you spent $20 to get a click for the term AC replacement. A remarketing click might cost you $1. So it costs you $1 to get that person back to the page. That's an investment well worth it to really reduce your overall lead cost, because over time what will happen is when people are ready to make a buying decision, you've increased the top of mind awareness. They click on a remarketing ad, and the leads start to pile up, and your conversion rates start to increase throughout the season. So it's a great insurance program to reduce overall cost of client acquisition. So it's a protection tool. In the case of the remarketing campaign for the Get Your Cool Back plan, we have a series of banner ads available to machine members, part of Lead Generation Nation. This is what you get. You can download the banner ads already done for you. And what we've done is, we've included some different offers here. Google has a whole series of banner ads that you can easily implement. Now, if you need help putting this together, this is something that we can do for you as a service as well. Now, remarketing works on the Google Display Network, which is pretty much 90% of the internet. So, if you click on your ad and you go to a landing page, you'll see your ad follow you wherever you go. CNN.com, you'll see your ad, Fox News, ESPN, your favorite blog. You're gonna see those ads following you wherever you go. Now, the way it works is there's a special piece of code that's installed on your website and on your landing pages, and with that code, Google is collecting the IP address and they're placing cookies on the browser of that visitor, and that's how they serve up these ads. Now, a great way to get momentum. Now, remarketing doesn't happen right away. It's not one of those things like pay-per-click. You set up the ad and it fires up. you have to build a list, and you have to have a certain number of people who have um, uh, built up the cookie. So you need at least 100 visitors to the landing page. So if you want to launch a remarketing campaign right away, um, email is the fastest way to get a remarketing campaign activated. So if you have a list of prospects or customers you want to send an offer to, blast it out, have them go to a landing page. That will trigger the remarketing campaign. Now, remarketing only targets those people who have expressed an interest and who have landed on your website. So it's a very tight list. It's not broad. It's not one of those things where you bleed budget. Google Display Network, you can easily bleed a budget if you don't manage it correctly. Remarketing is not expensive by any means. We work with companies that spend $30,000 to $50,000 a month just in pay per click. So remarketing might cost one of those companies a couple $100 a month, and it's very effective. We do see the benefits of reduced acquisition costs with the tool. You don't want to get sucked into these deals. There are companies out there that will charge you $2,000, $3,000 a month to run a remarketing campaign. They really lean on impression counts. That's not how this works. So don't fall for those sales traps. It's very inexpensive. Google AdWords Manager can really manage the remarketing elements inside of your campaign. You install the code and then it launches. Stay away from these sales companies that are trying to sell you packages based on impressions. You only want to pay for clicks when it comes to remarketing. And all you really need is a landing page, the code, the graphics, and you need a list. And that's really all it takes to get something like this out the door. If you're multi-trade, there's some advanced methods that you can put in place. If you own you have a plumbing division, and might not make sense to launch a remarketing campaign for emergency plumbing, because they're going to call you right away. There's some demand to that side of the business. But what you can do is you can cross-sell and put in place maybe a tune-up offer to that segment of your audience who have landed on your page for whatever reason. And for that, you would use Google Tag Manager, and you'd slice and dice the pages on your website, and you'd be able to put a number of different remarketing campaigns out there strategically to build that funnel. That's a little bit more complex, takes a lot more time to set up, but it's extremely effective. It helps you build that list. So you can take something like this and tweak it, put it to work for you, and that's all I have here on remarketing. Hope you found this helpful. Go ahead and download the assets today if you want to put this in place. Stay tuned for the next episode of Lead Generation Nation. Thank you.